I wanna be the very best podcast there ever was. 'Cause we're can. God, this did not work.
I never know what you're
all.
gonna say before you
This
start.
did not-
When I press record.
Your face of the like, oh no. The moment I started singing, you're like, oh no, this is going downhill. And we haven't even gotten up the hill yet.
We're still at the bottom. We fell off the ski lift. Work as we can. I'm Kaden.
This is Sarah Hazenbask. I'm Sarah Hazenbask.
Sarah's having a crisis. Just give her a moment. Remy, get off the fucking bench.
Remy.
Don't make me throw a troll at you.
Remy is our dog, who's always into mischief, like a good dog shouldn't be.
I'll throw a troll at you, I will.
Yeah, we're just gonna fireball some news. I feel like that, just like, quick fireball, like, you know.
Because we saw 3 movies. Don't lick the stool.
Lord and Miller are developing some animated Spider-Man TV shows to correspond with this Into the Spider-Verse.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know who they are, but cool.
You know Into the Spider-Verse.
Did they make that?
Yeah. They did.
My ears are hurting. What is this? Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Yeah, you are. What is that, though?
Where did this random piece of wood come from?
What? Why do you have a random piece of wood?
What was this part of?
Where did it come from?
Was it in here? I don't think it was.
As you make noise.
Where did this random piece of wood come from?
Okay.
It's like a nice piece. It's not like a tree.
Yeah. But what Spider-Verse, what TV shows would you like to see by these guys?
Just a continuation of the movie.
Well, we know they're doing a sequel and a spin-off movie as well.
Did you know that I didn't know that?
I know that you at one point knew that.
I never knew that.
Because we reported on it.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I should listen to my own podcast.
Like, when we were talking about Spider-Verse, we were like, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed for a sequel and a spin-off.
Well, pretty sure is not for sure.
Whatever.
Remy's hungry.
But I want to see a Spider-Ham TV show.
Okay.
That's probably the one thing I want. But of which character would you like to see a show
Not the
off
robot one.
Not the robot one? That
That wouldn't make
anime
any
girl?
sense to me.
Penny Parker?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't really.
Well,
For that.
really, I'll watch anything. Am
Can
I
work.
picky?
I mean, it was created by, like, who is it? That singer. I think My Chemical Romance singer?
Random.
Well, he does a lot of comic books. He also created The Umbrella Academy.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's random. Why can't you be good at 2 things?
He is good at 2 things.
No, it's like sports. You pick one.
No. That's not how art works.
Yes.
Now into some casting news. Some
Ooh.
DC casting news.
Oh. I don't care about DC.
Do you care about Twilight?
I heard that one. You can say that news.
Robert Pattinson is, Remy, shut the fuck up! Or come here, or eat the food on the ground. Oh, she did. Never mind. I don't think they can even hear her.
She's
So
digging
far
in her
away.
food bowl.
But anyway, Robert Pattinson is being eyed for Batman. It's all but confirmed.
It's funny. I like to see the memes. It's like, tell me what you are. And then it's like, I'm Batman.
Yeah. I like... but I
And
don't
then
really
they
know.
found like a glittery Batman like toy. And they're like, oh, it's Edward.
Yeah.
It's funny.
But he hasn't really done much other than Twilight.
I've seen another movie of his.
And he was in that Harry Potter film.
He was Cedric before he was Edward.
Yeah. But even then, it's not like he did anything stand out.
He did some British stuff, I think, that doesn't come over here so much.
Probably.
And he was in this other movie that I watched and missed the end of.
I know he's in a bunch of stuff after Twilight, but I never cared.
This is a funny story.
Okay.
So I missed the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then I returned it to my friend. She's like, oh, how'd you like this movie? I'm like, it was boring. She's like, what'd you think about, like, the terrorist attack at the end? I'm like, what? She's like, you didn't watch the movie? I'm like, what? So, yeah, apparently shit went down at the end of that movie, and I wasn't paying attention.
Cool.
Yes. She's like, what were you doing and not watching the movie? I'm like, I don't know.
What were your thoughts on Batfleck?
He was the only decent part of that movie.
Yeah, of the Batman v Superman?
But...
Because we haven't seen Justice League, right?
Yeah. But, like, when he was being Batman, he was bad. But when he was just himself in the movie being Bruce Wayne, that was fine.
I thought he was fine as Batman,
Well, I think he was fine as Batman, but that wasn't Batman, because he killed, like, 100 people.
Yeah, that was one of the big criticisms. But mind you, I'm not so against the whole Batman killing in movies thing, because he's always killed in all the films.
Well, I thought it was excessive.
Yeah.
It was very excessive.
And even then, it's not like he was, like, all-out killing. He was more doing something that would most likely cause death.
I just thought it was a terrible
damage.
movie.
It was not the greatest movie, no. Need to rewatch it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You need to forget that ever happened.
No, I want to rewatch it. It had some good moments.
Did it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Visuals were pretty cool.
No.
Fuck you. I can have my own opinions.
No.
And they've also have said what the villains
Swamp Man?
in Batman? No.
Swamp Man.
You mean Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing was a villain in those cartoon ones.
What cartoon ones?
Creature from the Lagoon.
What?
I don't know what I'm remembering. I'm mixing like four
There
different
was
movies.
a Swamp Thing TV show.
No, like he was on the Justice League show with the friends.
He showed up a couple times on Justice League.
But he's a
probably.
bad guy.
In with the friends. Wait, are you talking about Super Friends?
I don't know. There was one VHS at the cottage.
He was probably a good guy because he's usually a good guy.
He looked like a bad guy in that trailer we saw.
Yeah, but that's we'll get to that.
No, we won't get to it. We'll say it now.
I'm trying to.
This looks like a shell casing.
So. So they've revealed, according to the Hollywood Reporter's Heat Vision newsletter. Didn't know that was a thing.
It's not.
Heat Vision newsletter? Okay. Why does it say it is?
I was kidding.
Okay.
That it's not a reputable source because we've never heard of it.
Oh. It's Hollywood Reporter, though. Shut up! Go get some food. Fend for yourself, you stupid dog. Stop relying on us to get you stuff. I'm gonna go get that food and entertain the masses. Read this article if you wanted to.
No.
Okay.
The villain for the new Robert Pattinson Batman movie is the Swamp Man.
No, it's not.
Him along with the Swamp Man, and Thanos are gonna snap away the DC universe. So there's only Marvel. And Sarah, hurry up because I don't know what I'm talking about. As you may be able to tell, I'm sick. Maybe I got the Swamp Thing virus. We just watched that trailer, that's why I keep talking about it. I don't think Sarah heard my fan theory of the new movie.
Thanos is snapping away the DC universe?
And Swamp Man is in cahoots. Yes.
How about instead of snapping away the whole universe, he actually just makes the movies good?
That is impossible. Come on, man.
Shazam was fun.
Shazam was shit.
Shazam was fun.
It rhymes with shit. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
The beginning part rhymes.
Aquaman has good reviews. Haven't seen it yet, so I can't say for myself.
Well, I'm gonna say they all suck.
No,
because they're DC. I never thought, you know when you hear like DC, Marvel, people fighting, I always just thought they're both good. But now I see the fight, and I'm on the Marvel side. And I have to stop playing with the shell casing.
I'm on the both good side.
You're not.
both
You're
have
young
reasons.
yet, Sarah.
No.
It's not a real shell casing, okay? It's a grommet maker.
What? No, the villains are gonna be Penguin and Catwoman again.
Catwoman isn't a villain.
Yes, she is.
She's as much a villain as Swamp Man is.
What? She's like a...
Is it gonna be Anne Hathaway?
No, it wouldn't be Anne Hathaway.
That's who it was, right?
In Dark Knight Returns.
That's the only Batman that exists.
No. The Tim Burton Batmans exist, and they're both pretty good.
No.
You've never seen them, have you?
Yes.
Yes, you've seen
I've
them?
seen the one with Poison Ivy and the ice guy that's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Again, not the Tim Burton ones. That's the Shoemaker. Shoemaker?
And Jeeves was there. What's his name? Alfred.
Jeeves?
He's the butler.
Did you know there's like a Alfred TV show happening now? A prequel Alfred TV show?
Yes. I don't know how I know that, but I did know that.
Maybe I told you.
You didn't tell me. I saw it on Facebook.
And like they released a trailer for it like not too long after Gotham ended. So I'm like, wow, they just finished one Batman prequel TV show, and now they're bringing in another one. Cool.
DC just needs to just go away for like 5 years and just come back and good. Like go home, regroup, and come back with your shit together.
They have some of their shit together.
No, I say they just need to just take a break. Shut down every production they're currently working on.
Every production, including the comic books?
No, like the movie people and the
Okay.
show people. Like take a year to regroup and then restart.
All the Arrow stuff is fans enjoy. The
Have you ever
Arrowverse.
met anyone who watched Arrow?
Yes.
Oh, I have not. But I've also never asked anyone if they watch Arrow, so what do I know?
Yeah, there you go.
This news is not so rapid fire. Let's hurry it up.
But no, Penguin and Catwoman both were in the Batman Returns.
They should just get people from Twilight,
Tim
and that'd just be
Burton.
the whole movie. Just
No.
actors from Twilight, and that will be very funny.
That would...
They're not bad
I
actors.
don't want to see that movie.
Why?
I want to see a good movie.
Well, it's not going to be good.
How do you know?
It's got Rob Pattinson in it.
That means it's gonna... I don't know if he's a good actor or not. I know him from
You've
his
never
Twilight.
seen Twilight.
I've never seen Twilight.
Okay, well, we're gonna like put this discussion on pause, and we're gonna watch Twilight.
Yeah, but that's
Tonight,
just...
after
But here's the
this.
thing. No one was good in Twilight.
Yeah, so they could be good in another movie.
Exactly.
So all together in another movie,
No.
like the good ones, not like Kristen Stewart. I don't know what she's up to these days, but I'm done with her.
She's never
Get
been
out of
good.
here.
Fuck off, dog. Remy. Come here.
Don't pretend you're deaf.
Come here.
Do you want a
Snuggle
shell
me.
casing?
I'm gonna hold you for the rest of the podcast.
Okay.
So
Trailers.
So we watched a trailer for Swamp Man,
Swamp Thing.
and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It said DC, and I was like, oh. And I watched it, and I was like, how does this fit into the DC universe? Then I realized it meant its streaming service called DC Universe. So it doesn't have to fit into anything. It's just another
It's
example
just
of
a
a
show.
really stupid name for their fucking streaming service. But whatever.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
The movie, or whatever it is itself,
TV show.
it's a TV show?
Yeah.
I did not get that from that trailer.
I don't think it was meant to. How can you get from a trailer if it's a TV show or not?
It's a feeling in your gut. Trailers should be explicit if they're for a TV show or for a movie. That's part of a trailer. They're an ad for what it is. They gotta
Yeah.
tell you what it is. I'm like, okay. I don't know if I'd want to watch a whole
But
series
not a lot
about
of
this.
not a lot of trailers flat out say this is a TV show or this is a movie.
No, but you can tell because there's lots of different set pieces.
And there was for this for the most part.
It looked like a movie.
It was all the same. Well, it's a limited series TV show.
Meh.
It's like
I'm
a
telling
Netflix
you.
type show.
Well, I'm telling you, their stupid name is what threw me off.
DC Universe?
Yes.
But what do you think of the trailer itself?
I thought it looked okay at best.
That looked cool.
I'll watch
It's got
it.
promise.
It looks
James
better
Wan.
than it looks better.
Executive producing.
It looks better than Titans. It looks scary. It looks kind of like a horror movie,
Still-
but it's not a movie.
You
So
still
we'll
need
see.
to watch Doom Patrol.
Sure.
That's been the reviews for Doom Patrol was good, and the Doom Patrol. I don't know about
Do
you,
you know
but I
that the
love the Doom
reviews
Patrol
for
episode.
Aladdin is 50% for critics, 90% for audience?
Huh.
Yeah. I want to see that. What are we taught here? We're talking about whether or not we're going to see Doom Patrol. We should be seeing Aladdin.
We need to watch Doom Patrol though.
We need to see a lot of things first.
We need to see a lot of things, period. But like, Doom Patrol is a TV show we can watch
12 years.
on TV at home as opposed to when we go to the theater. So we got lots of time to watch it.
We have to finish BoJack Horseman.
Okay, and then Doom Patrol.
I like how we're fighting over this. I was
That's-
making a joke that I really don't care because I'm interested by Aladdin.
But that's like a movie, so it's like separate interests.
Yeah, but I just don't want to watch Doom Patrol. That's the joke.
Did you not like the episode in Titans?
No, I did
I
not.
thought you liked that one. Oh. I enjoyed that.
I was
episode.
like, the fuck? What is the backwards pilot doing
I was
here?
excited for. But Doom Patrol seemed interesting.
You
in that
thought
episode.
you were
I looked
interested, so you put that I was interested.
I'm pretty sure you.
I said it was probably the best part, but it was not good,
Oh.
in my opinion.
Okay.
It was too weird.
Hmm.
It was out of place in this show.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I won't. We will
We'll
find
see.
out because we'll talk about it on the podcast. But let's talk about the next trailer because Swamp Man will see
Swamp
it.
Thing! Stop saying Swamp Man! That's not what it is!
Whatever. We'll see the Swamp Thing when it comes out. Swamp Thing sounds way worse than Swamp Man.
Swamp Man sounds like so mundane and superhero like I'm Swamp Man, I'm gonna save the day. Swamp Thing sounds more like what they're
But it's sort
going
of like,
for.
oh,
He's a
watch
thing.
that Swamp
creepy.
Thing. It sounds like you know those people that hunt the ducks for a living, and they're in the swamp. I can feel like someone could call that the Swamp Thing
No.
because it's stupid.
I don't. Well, no, I think it's,
It's
more
like
of
that
like
drug
a.
dealer
It's not like a.
thing.
Oh, let's watch that Swamp Thing. No, I don't
That's
see
what
it.
I
That's not
hear.
what I see. What I see is coming to a streaming service near you.
Well, it didn't say
Swamp
that.
Thing.
It just put its stupid logo at the end. I thought it was a movie this whole time.
Swamp Thing. It's
All right.
Swamp Thing.
So, boo Swamp Thing, but we'll watch it. Anyway,
looks
next. That's our consensus. I took the sum of our opinions and made that answer.
Boo! It's gonna suck, but
No, I
we'll
said
watch it.
said boo, but we're watching it.
Looks good. Terminator, Dark Fate.
I don't know about this Terminator because I like that it's doing what Halloween did and bringing back the original female lead.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You know, it's probably because Halloween did it.
I think this was kind of in production first, maybe. I
But
don't know.
but you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's what they're gonna do now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they're doing now.
James Cameron is involved more than he has been in the other sequels.
I have seen all of it, even the TV show.
Only Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 Judgment Day are considered canon for this one.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say they're gonna pull a Halloween where only the first one's canon, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was basically what
Yeah.
they did. But here's the thing. I thought that's what they were trying to do with Terminator Genesis.
It's also a weird canon. It's time travel. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Genesis. Okay. That's,
Right? It's time. Yeah. There's a real company
I
that
wrote-
makes robots. It's called Skynet. Let's just throw that
Yeah,
out
I
there.
know.
We'll just be cautious of them for
Uh,
just a second.
I thought Terminator Genesis was gonna be good from the trailers, but then I watched the movie and they were like in 2015, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
I didn't think it was bad.
I didn't like it, because
I
didn't-
liked a little bit of. I don't know.
I liked the beginning, but then it just
The person
got
I
off the
saw it with was a diehard fan, and that
Yeah.
always bleeds off on me.
Uh,
You gotta be with the right company sometimes.
mhm.
But that being said, I watched so much Terminator, but yet I don't remember any of it. So, yeah, cool. She's in it now. Excellent.
Yeah.
They're
I
pulling
like
a
that
Halloween.
character. I like Linda. I like Sarah Connor as a character.
Because her TV show got canceled because of the writer's strike. So, that would have been good, but it got canceled. So, it's not the same person, but the same character.
Yeah.
It had promise.
Yeah.
But I decided not to watch it because, I watched the first few episodes because I knew there wasn't going to be an ending to it.
I hear it ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm done.
Uh,
You know what I mean? Like, you have to sort of make your own stopping sometimes.
Yeah, but no, this trailer looks cool. Cool design for the Terminator, though.
I thought some of the effects were a bit bad.
Really,
There was-
only when he was jumping out of the truck. That's kind of when it
No,
looked
at the
odd.
end, the last one where you see him turn back into the person, you can just see the effect over his face. You can kind of see his face underneath the effect. Like, it just looked not quite finished. But
Okay,
that's okay
it's a
for a
trailer.
trailer. It's okay for a trailer, but I'm saying, like, they
Yeah.
have some work to do.
Yeah, no.
And maybe not pick those shots next time you make a trailer.
Story-wise, it looks interesting. But it also doesn't look like anything new.
I'm just
Like,
sure.
Oh, a good Terminator. Oh, she doesn't know she's a Terminator. That was already
That's
done
like,
in the Christian Bale one. Salvation? Yes.
Yeah. Or in the TV show.
And then frickin' Arnold, here's the
Has he been
big
in all
question.
the movies?
He hasn't been. Oh yeah, he was not in. He was not in Salvation, but they did a recreation de-aging thing because that's when he was busy being governor.
So he was still in it.
He was still in it, just not actually.
Yeah.
But here's the theory. Either he's just the same Terminator from Terminator 2, or he's a new one. Well, I guess he died at the end of 2, didn't he?
Again, I've seen them all. I don't remember.
But either he's an old Terminator like he was in Genesis, or he's... The theory is that he's actually the human that they modeled the Terminator off of.
Well, I feel like I gotta watch Terminator 1 and 2 before I see this movie, because that was so long
Yeah,
ago.
I need to
And just to keep the
rewatch them all.
canon in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind rewatching them all.
But it feels a little bit, okay, that's what Halloween did. Are we going to start seeing this for all these sort of that
But it's
era
not like
movies?
Halloween was even the first one to do that.
I know, but is it going to be a thing now? They're just
when
gonna
Halloween did it back at age 20, was it a thing?
No, but like this year we're getting 2.
But it's not this year.
But you know what I mean. Like it's, you know what I mean.
Halloween was last year.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, close to each other.
And it is the same era of movie, isn't it? And it's the same thing. And they're out doing the old sequels. It's just sort of like...
But I don't think it's more of a copy. I think it's more just what's happening.
No, I just think it's going to be a trend.
Oh, it is a trend already.
Yeah. And
Reboots
I'm just like...
in general that's the new thing. It used to be reboot, now it's sequel. Sequel reboot.
Where they just ignore the shitty sequels. I like it. I like that idea.
Yeah.
In terms of, instead of just making a whole new one. But I'm also like, come on, we gotta make sure that we're not just over and over the same thing.
Yeah, but...
It's just something to note that it's something that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Alright, what's next?
Annabelle?
Okay, so I like this kid better than the other kid. That's what I was thinking
In terms
watching.
of actor?
In terms of actor, I feel
Yeah.
she works a lot better. The other kid was really quiet. No, she didn't have any lines.
Yeah.
So that might have been it, but this just feels better.
Yeah.
Like, she's definitely, like, acting, not just on set, being a child.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that.
And the last Conjuring, she was like, she looked like she was 13, 14, but acting like she was 10.
Yeah, and I just
So.
felt like when she was on screen, like, she wasn't, like, doing anything.
Yeah.
But this person, just even in the trailer, like, I felt like there was personality, there was a character already forming, and I was just sort of like, I don't know how to explain the difference, but it just, like, I'm like, yes.
I've seen that actress in a couple other things.
I think also
Horror
cut the
things.
hair. She looks way better that way.
With the shorter hair?
Because when I saw the movie,
Yeah.
she comes out of the scene and she has the long hair, and the person in front of me thought it was the nun, or whatever, and went... And it was just the kid, and everyone started laughing in the theater. So I just think the design of the character, she's less menacing. She doesn't have the tall, long hair.
Yeah.
Which is sort of more horror trope thing. Like The Grudge.
I'm kind of curious as to when this fits within the Conjuring. Like, is the first Conjuring happening when this is happening, or is this after the first one?
Well, I'm just so excited because I love the Warrens, and I just love these movies.
Because Annabelle had a bit of a part in the first Conjuring, right? She kind of did some mischief or whatever, right? With the daughter, right?
That was in the second one.
No, in the first one. Annabelle wasn't in the second one at all. In the Conjuring.
Conjuring 2.
Annabelle wasn't in the Conjuring 2.
Yes.
No. Well, she might have been, but she was not a part of it.
Yes.
No, she wasn't. She was in Conjuring 1.
She was in Conjuring 1 as a prequel flash before the movie started. She had nothing to do with the plot of Conjuring 1.
No, she did, because the mother had to leave the house to go to help Annabelle, because she thought, oh, something's going to happen with my daughter.
That was in the second
That was
one.
in the first one. In the second one, they're in London. They can't drive all the way to wherever it was in the United States.
Oh, the nun caused trouble in the second one.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
The nun was in the second one, not Annabelle.
Fuck. I love these movies, but it's sometimes hard to keep them all straight.
I feel like it could actually be good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Annabelle movies... I liked Creation, but it wasn't a good movie.
Oh, it was great.
Annabelle
It was great,
sucked.
but not a good movie. But it was great. You know what I mean? I love it.
Annabelle just flat out sucked. So...
Yeah, that was boring as fuck.
But
I think they're going away from the full true story shit now and just doing whatever they want.
Oh, they never really were with the Annabelle movies.
They kind of were.
Not really.
They were a little.
More just like what was already established through the other films.
Creations, no, but I don't know. I like these movies a lot. I like how they're a mix of real things and fake things. I just think it's really fun.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. The Warrens, although it doesn't look like they'll be a big part, the main Warrens, the adults, not the child, but the ones we actually care about. I don't think they're gonna be a big part, but I do kind of like the fact that they're included in the film.
I think they are going to be a big part.
I feel like they're gonna be in the beginning and in the end. And the whole middle of the film, they'll be like off doing something else.
Maybe.
Because I feel like the babysitter is gonna be the main character.
Maybe.
In fact, I'm willing to bet money.
It's either the babysitter or the kid.
Well, the kid's gonna be a main character, but I think it's more like the kid's the main character in the fact that, like, kind of like a secondary, you know, like she's moving the plot forward, but it's the babysitter that we follow.
Maybe. We'll see.
Why did you do that?
I dropped the wood by accident.
Yeah, because you're fiddling with things
Yes.
that are making noise, like that keychain. Meanwhile, all I'm fiddling with is a dog. A very quiet, soft, non-noise making dog.
Don't make me throw a troll at you.
Try it. I have a doggy shield.
She doesn't look impressed. Alright, let's carry on. We have a lot to talk about.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna see Annabelle.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what
definitely.
the trailer looks like.
Looks good, though.
Yeah. I mean, we'd see it anyway.
Feel like it might actually be good.
Yeah.
But it's a 50-50 kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking about, the Conjuring universe,
Oh, the first movie we watched!
La Llorona.
Which was awful.
Yeah, keep an eye on the time, 10 minutes, because we don't want to be too long on this.
It was shit. Alright, let's move on.
I enjoyed it.
I was interested that Tuca was in it.
Yeah.
From
Didn't really connect much to the other Conjurings.
It didn't really connect at all.
It was more just the priest guy from Annabelle. He's the only connection.
Yeah, and the movie itself was predictable. It was boring. It moved slowly. I'm like, oh my god, it's already at the end. But it was at the beginning. There was a guy behind us literally snoring the whole movie. So everyone just kept laughing. And I think that ruined it for me.
I don't think it was fully... I feel like there was some stuff that I was like, oh, I wasn't... Like, I didn't... I'm pretty sure... It's been so long since we actually watched this movie.
I know, we saw it before Endgame.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I didn't see the attic, because they went up to the attic, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see them go... I feel like I wasn't seeing that ending, the way they were going. The set piece, I wasn't expecting that. It was cool, though. I liked some of the ideas. Some of it didn't work. A lot of the scares or jump scares or whatever, I feel like were more funny than scary.
I think also we saw it when everyone was laughing in the theater.
I don't think that was why, though.
There was a lot of laughter in that theater.
Yeah, but there was a lot of laughter at us, and that was still a pretty frightening film.
Yeah.
So, and characters were pretty bland. Didn't really care much about any of them.
Yeah, like, the characters were pretty bland.
I thought the priest guy would have more of a...
He really wasn't in it at all.
Yeah.
He was just sort of
He
there.
was definitely
A
a
cameo.
last minute... Oh! It was probably like the moment James Wan came aboard, they were like, oh, let's make this a Conjuring film.
Yeah.
Versus all the way through development and script, I don't think it was developed to be Conjuring from beginning.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just another movie, and then they're like, let's make it a Conjuring movie. So
Yeah, because, the movie, in comparison to the other Conjuring movies, was a lot smaller
Mm-hmm.
in its threats. It was a lot, Although, actually, people died in this movie. It just was like...
It was different.
I don't know how to explain
Yeah.
by smaller. It was just, like, less
Different scale.
scary. And, like, oh my god. You just knew that, like, that kid is gonna fall in the pool. Because they keep showing this pool, the kid looking sadly at the pool. Like,
Yeah.
things like that. And I'm just sort of like... And then there were just, like, Child Protective Services.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's getting called to the Child Protective Services. Because they think that she is... Because she works for Child Protective Services, the mom.
Yeah.
They think she's abusing her own kids. Because that's definitely what a child welfare person does. Is abuse their own kids.
But then again,
It's
probably
possible.
would happen.
But it's like,
To say it will never happen is like...
she took some kids away because they had birds, and now look at her kids, they have birds. I'm like, who didn't see that coming?
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 kids at the beginning, and she has 2 kids.
Yeah, that was... And the kids weren't really... I like that car scene at the beginning, though, with the boy in the car.
Yeah,
But that was about it.
it was
I don't know.
okay.
It had some cool ideas. The culture...
It was
I
very
feel-
much like Hispanic movie.
Yeah,
And the kids were Hispanic, but the mom wasn't, was she?
she was.
She was?
I'm pretty sure she was.
No, we looked it up, she's not.
Thought we looked it up and she was.
Anyway, like, it was definitely like, this is the Hispanic one, you know? And it was very in that way. Which is cool. Like, there's a lot of good, like, folklore and stuff that I've seen in other movies and then I saw again in this movie, so I'm like, no, that's actually how it is and stuff. But it was definitely like when we saw Paranormal Activity, where it's all like a white family for like 4 of them, and then there's the Hispanic one, you know, where everyone's
Yeah.
Hispanic. It just felt like that.
So she's not... The actress isn't Spanish. The actress is Italian, but Italian and Spanish can be...
Hispanic is not close to Italian. They were Hispanic. Not Spanish, like from Spain.
Okay.
It's a different culture.
Of course it's a different culture.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, everyone in this movie was Hispanic.
Yeah.
The priest was Hispanic. The kids were Hispanic. The villain was Hispanic. It was Mexican. You know, like...
Yeah.
Or... Because I think it was based in a Mexican folklore in the United States.
Yeah.
I think it was...
Yeah.
Mexican folklore.
No,
have
it's
been
not
another
a...
one. But I'm just like, a lot of movies do that where this is this one and this is that one where they use this culture and it's just everyone's from that culture and that's this horror movie and that one is its own. Instead of mixing things together, more like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very... I thought it was a fun bad movie. I enjoyed it.
I think that there was a lot better fun bad movies.
I thought
than
it
this
was
one.
like Annabelle Creation level.
Oh no, this is not even close. Animal Creations is like a masterpiece compared to this
I
crap
disagree.
fest. That one's great. It's got wells. It's got kids in wheelchairs. People falling down the stairs. This has got some
This has pools. This has
nothing. It has nothing, Sarah. It has them and they're cowering in their living room. This is old timey. This has a nun. Animal Creations. It has a nun. It has crippled people. It has a killer dolls. It
saying
has cults. It has
Annabelle
everything.
Creations is better, but it's definitely... I like this better than I liked Annabelle. Annabelle was boring. I didn't find this boring.
I found this one a bit boring.
Yeah, I disagree.
It was bleaker. It was less funny. Less, like, crazy.
This one, I was at least entertained by it. So
I guess I wasn't feeling very entertained. I got a little bored. I was trying
Yeah?
to calculate head by head how much longer this movie was going to be.
yeah, that's not a good sign.
No, it's not. And plus, I was just listening to that guy snore behind me.
Now, from one bad
Movie to another. We saw Detective Pikachu. Okay, so let me tell you about Detective Pikachu. So I was enjoying it. It was a good solid 6, maybe 7 peeking. And then I kind of guessed an ending twist, and I whispered to you. And if you knew any spoilers, because I wanted to ask you if you thought that's what was going to happen. You're like, I don't know any spoilers. So I'm like, okay, never mind. And I'm watching, I'm like, oh, it's a 6, 7, but I know it, like, if this happens, it's going to be a 1. So I'm watching the movie. The twist I thought happened. The reveal at the end was exactly what I thought happened. The movie dropped to a 1, and the movie stayed there. It undid all the good feelings I had towards it. It made the whole thing terrible for me.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that
story.
unspoiled, and then we'll talk about spoilers after.
Here's my story of the film. Starting out, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. I'll give it a chance. There's some kooky characters. It's being a little over the top. Okay, I like that. But then it kept going, and plot kept moving left and right and left and right. And, like, I don't think it's a huge spoiler, but, like, somewhere in the middle of the film, they're like, oh no, my dad that I thought was dead that I think might actually be alive actually is dead. Then the next scene, oh, he's actually alive.
It had a lot of that going on. I would say it was like a 3, and then it was like a 6 for most of the movie, then it was like a 5. But, like, it was still, like, okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't. As it kept going and going, that was when I stopped liking the movie. And it just didn't pick up steam, and then the finale was just so bad, so convoluted.
It was just a slap in the face for everyone who was enjoying the movie.
Created a power that I didn't even think Mewtwo had.
Yeah. Like, I don't know too much about, like, the Pokemon lore outside of what I've played in the video games. I've never really been one for the show.
I like some of the show.
You had a couple VHSs of it at the cottage. That's how I know.
I love the movies. Some of the movies. Okay. Especially the first movie.
I got a funny story about the movie. The one with the unknowns.
Okay.
I think it's the second one.
Yeah, I don't think it's the second one. It's probably the third one.
Whatever. So,
I think it's the third
so
one.
I see it in the theater, and I love it. It's fine, whatever. I'm 9 years old, whatever age I was when it came out. And so then I'm like, cool. So then I watch it at home, like just random, like another day.
Yeah.
And those unknown Pokemons caused me to have the worst, like, night terror of my life.
Yeah. That
I kept seeing them coming out of the window box in my room.
Okay.
So I kept being like, Mom, the Pokemons, the letter ones. My mom's like, you are never playing Pokemon again, because it was all night. I kept waking up, being freaked out. I don't know why. I'd already seen the movie.
Odd team. That's an odd dream.
I know, but I can't, but it was one of those dreams where I could see my room. It was like a hallucination.
Yeah.
Like a sleep hallucination. I don't know. I used to call them awake dreams. I don't know how to call them.
Yeah.
But I'm physically in my room and I can see it.
Huh.
But there's crazy shit happening.
Okay.
And so I wasn't allowed to watch any Pokemon for a while because it was like all night. I was like, how can you be afraid? You've already seen this movie.
Yeah.
It's not like the first time you get scared, like after you see a horror movie or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like triggered the worst like night terror of my life.
Back to Detective Pikachu.
But this one did not have such a strong reaction.
It was such a bad film. It had a reference to... We'll go full spoilers now.
Yeah,
it had a reference to Pokemon in the first movie.
Yeah.
Because it mentioned that Mewtwo... said something about Mewtwo 20 years ago.
Yeah, that would have been the first movie because it came out at that time.
He disappeared since... No. I think they just mentioned events that happened in the first movie. Yeah. And also events that would have happened in the game, I believe. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far in that game.
I've never finished a Pokemon game.
I've only finished one, and that was using cheat codes.
I just want to know what the Pokemon League is like.
Yeah.
Like the end part, where you get all the badges.
I got to the Pokemon League, no problem. But, then I couldn't beat them, so I, used cheat codes to walk through walls and go all the way to the last one.
Okay. So, the twist of this movie is that at the end, it turns out Detective Pikachu was his dad all along, which I think is a huge slap in the face to anyone enjoying the movie. Because it just kills off the main character. It's what it does. Yeah. Because it's no longer Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu never existed. It's his dad. And that is just not endearing.
I didn't
at
like that,
all.
No.
And I'm just like, I saw it coming. I'm like, we never, because we see his dad, we mentioned, but we never see him. I'm like, oh my god, his dad's Ryan Reynolds. You know, that's what I'm thinking. And then it happened. I'm like, fuck. Because that was like the worst ending it could have
Ryan
happened.
Reynolds is like too young to be that guy.
And yeah, we looked it up.
He was like a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Maybe even older.
He was 20.
At least.
And how old is Ryan Reynolds?
Like 40, I think.
Or like 45. Let's say he's 45.
Yeah.
So his kid is had his kid at 15?
Yeah.
And it's just like the character they were giving the dad and his backstory just didn't really fit Ryan Reynolds in my mind. Because also, too, the movie, the whole premise is that the kid feels guilty for not going to visit his dad.
Mm-hmm.
The dad could have come visited the fucking kid.
Yeah.
It's not up to the kid, and it is not the kid's fault at all. That kid, that is not his fault. And he's blaming himself, and the movie's treating it as it's his fault. And it's not. It is not the kid's fault. One, the grandma could have made him go. One, it's grandma's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Two, every summer, they could be like, you want to go to see your dad? Or, or the grandma and him could go see the dad.
Yeah.
Together. Or the dad could fucking come see him.
Shut up!
Okay, thanks for clipping the audio.
Sorry.
And you scaring the dog.
I didn't like...
And it just paints a bad picture. Like, this kid is not at fault at all.
Mm-hmm.
It is not his fault he didn't want to see his dad. It is his dad's fault for not trying to see him.
Yeah.
But that's how they treat the whole movie.
Yeah, and like it was 10 years ago. The movie, it was... The Pokemon designs were all pretty cool.
All
fights
the
were good.
Pokemon we saw were in the trailer.
I didn't like the... Not all of them.
Every single
Some
one.
in the background weren't.
Some of the background work, but every scene, like with a key Pokemon, Jigglypuff in the bar, Charizard, Bulbasaur's walking in a pack, Mewtwo, all seen in the trailer. There was no like character Pokemon
there wasn't
moments.
a surprise. Yeah.
Except for the monkey ones at the beginning. That wasn't in the trailer.
I thought it was.
It may have been in the trailer. See, I didn't. But I mean, like, there was nothing new in like giving like to the world that wasn't seen in the trailer.
Yeah. I didn't... The designs were pretty cool. The fights were good. That R stuff. That, like, thing that made the Pokemon, like...
Fight each other, which
fight
I
each
think
other?
is pretty much the premise of the first movie. Or the second movie.
No. The premise of the first movie is that... that Mewtwo cloned their Pokemon.
Oh, the Man and Evil one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But,
I saw it when I was 7, okay?
But, the whole... Yeah, to, like, prove that he can be the best Pokemon trainer, even though he's a Pokemon or something like that. I don't know.
Who cares?
But that R stuff, I saw the R on the thing, and it was even designed in a way that made me think immediately, Team Rocket. Was Team Rocket in this film at all?
They were blasted off the stage because they weren't in this movie. They were off the
They
pages
were not.
of the script.
There was no Team Rocket. And I thought, oh, the bad guy's gonna be Team Rocket. But no, it's just some weird mayor guy we've never heard of before.
No. I think this movie would have been better if they went full on cheesy. And just had, like, Jesse and James. Made it like
that's
the
also
TV
my
shows.
problem. Their tonal issues, as they treated it like it was the most serious thing in the world, but this story was not that great, and there were some characters, like I like that reporter character because she felt like she was just out of the anime, and how cheesy she was, and how cartoony.
And I love Ryan Reynolds, so like him playing Pikachu, his parts, his lines, his interactions were good. That part was good. That was Ryan Reynolds, and made me want to watch Deadpool.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Ryan Reynolds as Detective Pikachu. I felt like he was just being Ryan Reynolds, just being Deadpool. Didn't really bring anything new to the table, to the character.
Yeah, but it was still better than every other thing going on. Can't I just enjoy Ryan Reynolds?
And then that ending. Oh gosh, the ending.
The ending was just bullshit. The whole movie was bullshit.
So apparently Mewtwo has the power to turn people into Pokemon.
Why is this a good story? Why couldn't it just be, I don't know, the plot of the games or something else? Is this the plot
Even
of
the
Detective
plot
Pikachu?
I think it is for the
Oh,
most
God.
part.
That's why I've never played those.
I'm pretty sure that ending part and the whole him being his dad all along thing isn't.
Yeah, that better not be. It just ruined the whole thing.
I haven't played Detective Pikachu. It only it didn't even come to the States until this movie was in production.
I knew about it though. I'd heard about it.
But it was Japan only for a while.
I feel like they had a good chance of like making a Pokemon movie that would be like for the nostalgic people, for us, like that played it as kids, and then they could make it a little more adult, make it a PG-13, and make it a little more interesting. You know, with Ryan Reynolds, we know him from Deadpool and all this good stuff, and they just blew it. They didn't do anything interesting with the movie.
No.
The only funny parts were Ryan Reynolds, and that's just because he's a funny guy.
Yeah, he had some good jokes. Some I was just like,
But they were in the trailer, the ones that I liked.
Yeah.
This movie brought nothing new from the trailer. So if you want to see this movie, and you just want to get the good parts, just watch the trailer. You'll be fine. That's all you need.
But just that ending, though. The whole Mewtwo turning people into Pokemon. I didn't like that at all. That was not... No, fuck that shit. And then the bad guy is just, like, mind-melding himself into Mewtwo's body, which is, like, weird. And, like, I like Ditto. I like what they did with Ditto.
I like that it could become people. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was cool. But
there was a couple good ideas in this movie.
Yeah, there were some good ideas. And I like the science experimented Pokemon. Like the giant... Like, I'm not super familiar with that specific Pokemon, but seeing giant ones, like, that was cool.
Yeah.
But that was, like...
Here's the thing, the Pokemon all looked cool,
mm-hmm.
but the story with the Pokemon didn't make sense.
The story sucked. And that's
like
the
cockfighting Pokemon, where it's like they're, like, putting them in battle, like... Yeah. And it's like an underground cockfight.
I thought that was a cool idea, too.
I thought that was interesting, but I was also like, this doesn't fit the rest of this movie very well.
And also the whole TV show, or the city being a Pokemon utopian where, like, Pokemon are treated as equals, no Pokemon training or battling around, in a movie about a franchise where all you do is battle and train Pokemon.
Yeah.
So... That's still a cool idea, I guess. I like the idea of the city. It just... I don't know. It didn't work for this film. The film itself didn't work. But that being said, I still want to see more Pokemon movies in the future.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be a one and done. And I don't want them to be like, oh, this didn't work. Let's never do it again. I want them to be like, oh, this didn't work. What can we do to make it work in the future?
They should just make a rated R Pokemon movie.
I don't think so. I think
no, I just think that would be fun.
Yeah. I think tonally, like, the rating in terms of I think, like, the age group they were targeting was a good one to go for.
I know,
a family film
because I'm an
fine.
adult. I just think it would be fun to see them swearing and shit. I don't know. Yeah. I find that interesting.
I don't really think that's needed in a Pokemon film.
Oh, I say do something crazy. You got Ryan Reynolds. Make it a Deadpool movie.
Then you might as well just watch Deadpool.
I know, I just want to watch Deadpool, but it's not on Netflix.
I want to watch Pokemon the first movie.
No. We're going to watch Twilight.
No. Do we have time for our third movie?
Oh, yeah.
How long has it been?
We've only been at an hour.
Oh, okay.
So we saw a third movie, and it was...
What was it? What did we watch?
The Intruder.
Oh, right.
You bring back your mememories? Let me talk about this movie. So we saw this movie a while back. I think we've talked about it on the podcast before, the trailer. Mm-hmm. We like horror movies, so of course a horror movie's in the theater, we're probably going to go see it.
Yeah.
Especially because we do a lot of horror commentaries, or at least we used to. We haven't in a while. But anyway. So I'm like, ooh, this looks like an interesting movie. I could think of two ways this movie's going to play out.
Yeah.
One, he's a ghost, a la first season of What's it? American Horror Story.
Thanks for spoiling that for me.
I already spoiled it for you in the other podcast.
Yeah, but I forgot that other podcast.
Oh, well, that's your own fault. Or it's going to be an Inside the Walls movie. And it was one of those too. I don't care about spoilers because I don't think anyone's ever heard of this movie.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
So let me spoil it. Anyway, so it's an Inside the Walls movie. And that becomes apparent pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
That there's nothing crazy,
It's not like it was
supernatural
going to not be.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been cooler if it was the American Horror Story plot.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't think that... I feel like that would have just come out of nowhere. Like,
Well,
after we watched this film, we went home and we watched The Boy.
Because I said it's the same kind of movie.
And, like...
Oh no, that you were going to spoil The Boy. Okay, we're spoiling The Boy. The Boy is an Inside the Walls movie. It's not a ghost.
And I didn't like that. Because the movie was advertised as a ghost movie. I was expecting a ghost movie. So I'm expecting not a ghost movie. If it turned out to be a ghost movie, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I just remember in The Boy, when he came out of the wall, you laughed like I never heard it.
Came out of nowhere.
I just knew, you're like, how the hell is this like Intruder? Because I thought, Intruder, from the commercial, not from the movie itself, it could have been a ghost movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it could have been, but, like, obviously from watching the movie, that wasn't a possibility. It was an Inside the Walls movie, or just, like, a breaking and entering movie.
Yeah.
But also, the movie just, it was okay.
I liked it.
Like, it was more fun than La Llorona, for me.
I liked the bad guy. What was his name? I don't know.
Charlie?
Robert. Charlie. Yeah, Charlie. I'm not good with names. I like
I'm
Charlie.
not
I
good
like
with
the
names.
actor.
But they said it every 45 seconds in
Yeah,
that
they
movie.
did.
Charlie. It's like Charles Wallace in A Wrinkle in Time, the first one. Oh god, get the flashbacks.
But I liked him as a...
Getting the knob flashback.
I liked him as a villain. I liked him as an actor.
Yeah.
Like, acting-wise, he did a pretty good job. He was menacing. He was weird. He was, like, deranged, but also, like kind.
Yeah, he did a really good job. I think this movie was a really good, like, way for this actor to show his
good
range.
Showcase of the actor.
This may
the main
get him other roles.
characters were kind of didn't have much.
No, they're okay at best. They were just there.
Yeah.
Somewhat for the
one
crazy
was
guy.
angry. One was, give him a chance. He's just trying to be good.
But it was obvious. The first time someone comes and mows my lawn...
If he just mows your lawn without telling you...
I'm calling the police.
If our neighbor just started mowing our lawn, I'd be like, oh, thank you.
Because we don't have a lawnmower, but yes.
And we live in a city.
Yeah.
Where we see our neighbor.
And our neighbor tore down our fence, so he should mow our lawn.
Oh, that.
And like... as like an apology. Anyway.
But they haven't even mowed their lawn.
No, it's like 4 feet tall.
It's like a forest.
I want to see like woodland creatures in there soon, like a deer just popping out of the grass. I like how we're judging people on like the grass. We're such adults. Like, oh, look at their lawn. As soon as you have a lawn, you learn the struggle. Anyway, we're turning into adults day by day.
But the plot was interesting plot. I like the idea of it. Of this guy just not wanting to give up his house, even though he's sold it, even though he's moving. Because
he kept saying, his plan was for her to fall in love with him, and he'd marry her, kill them both, and keep the house.
But that was never gonna happen.
No, but it was like a deranged plot.
Yeah. And then...
But it was like kind of working, because there was that scene where her and her friend talk about how hot he is, and he heard that because he was in the house.
He heard that?
Well, he would have. He lived in the house.
I thought he was outside at that moment.
Well, he may have been. But anyway, he could have heard that, I'm saying.
Like, he was out... Like,
oh, yeah, I think he was like, killing
outside.
somebody.
Not killing, but, like,
there was only one death in this movie.
Yeah, there was one death. But that
and
was
one
fine.
off-screen. Like, one, like, prequel death that they talk about.
Yeah. But that's kind of, like, that's just what served the narrative.
Yeah, no, it wasn't... Oh, there was 2 deaths because obviously he dies at the end. Spoilers.
Yeah, it's just what the narrative needed.
But I totally was like, he's living behind that linen closet because you can fucking tell because it has a full-size door frame and like a wall that juts in for like a little cupboard, like a kitchen cupboard.
Yeah.
Bullshit. That thing is, look, it's like 6 feet deep.
I didn't
wall.
notice that. I didn't notice that cupboard very easily.
Really?
Like, I
you
wasn't
didn't
paying
see the
attention.
full door frame?
I wasn't paying attention when they showed it off, and then when they stopped showing it off.
They kept showing it every time she
they
was
only
upstairs.
showed it once.
They showed it like 12 times.
Oh.
It kept being like, he's in there, he's in there, he's in there, he's in there.
I thought he was in the shed, and guess what? He was.
He was also in the shed.
Because he kept always popping up near the shed, so that's what I thought he'd be. And that's where he was also, because it was a tunnel to the shed. So we were both right.
Well, I didn't think it wasn't the shed. I just knew that he was living inside that linen closet.
So I don't really know what to talk about for this movie.
Like, it was a decent movie. Like, it was
Yeah.
entertaining. It wasn't
Had a
like
lot of
boring.
sex scenes.
Yeah, it was kind of strange. Where all of a sudden they would just have a sex scene. I'm like, okay. And then they had another sex scene. I'm
And
like,
then they
okay.
Had, and then they had 3.
And then they had like an almost rape scene.
Oh yeah,
And
but
I'm
that
like,
that
that
I feel
made
served the
sense and
story.
made me like retroactively make the other sex scenes make sense because this movie has sex in it. You know, like as a thing that's gonna happen. But I just sort of felt a bit out of nowhere. A little
The rape scene?
Yeah, it was just a little bit too much.
I
think they could have implied his sexual attraction to her a lot sooner than just like his friendly attraction to her.
Oh, I thought they implied his sexual attraction to her all the time. When there's a whole moment when he like stared at her butt.
But that was all in the second half. That was all at the end.
That was still like
It was a bit
the
like
second or
tacked on at
third
the
time
end.
he visited.
I feel like he could have been a little more explicit.
Yeah, I disagree. I thought it worked.
Well, it worked. I'm just saying the first sex scene felt like it came out of nowhere. They could have just gotten rid of that one. And the other sex scene where they're having sex in front of this nice fire, I'm like, who lit the fire? It was Charlie. It was Charlie, but no one says anything
No
in the
one
movie.
even was like, why do we have a fire going on in the middle of the night?
In the middle of our sex scene. They could have just said that and then the whole sex scene would have made sense for the movie, but it did not.
Yeah, I thought at the end they'd be like,
thanks for lighting the fire.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
But they didn't.
That made me mad. I don't know why that was like.
And then.
Why it bad that there's a sex scene in a movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just fell out of nowhere at the
also,
beginning.
there were a couple plot threads that just went nowhere. Like,
it was also like it was clearly
cameras.
daytime. No, they were just security lights that linked to your phone.
I thought they were cameras.
Oh, they were just lights, but they put the line in them and implied they were cameras by accident and forgot to take that line out when they realized they were not cameras. They were just lights.
I thought they were lights and cameras.
They weren't lights and cameras, but that guy said they were lights and cameras, but they were clearly just lights.
Because they said that they installed security cameras and then they never looked at the security cameras.
Because they were just security lights.
But they said cameras. You
yeah,
just
I know,
said they said it.
They said it, but they didn't actually ever reference them as cameras after that one mention.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. That's the plot hole.
Yeah, it's a plot hole.
That's the plot hole.
They weren't cameras. They were lights. But
they were supposed to be cameras.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There were supposed to be cameras, but there weren't cameras.
And also, what was I going to say?
You're talking about day and night.
Oh, so like one scene was clearly daylight, the second, and then like 2 seconds later they're in the next room, it's fucking dark outside. That happened a couple times.
Yeah. But
the
also,
sun doesn't set in half
movies.
a second.
That happens a lot in movies.
Not in 2019.
Yes,
come on.
2019.
I'm like, come on, man. Your movie isn't that complicated. Can you at least keep your daylight consistent? It's not like this movie had CGI up the wazoo or anything. You think they could have just, oh shit, it changed from day to night right there. You know what we could do? We could just put a little filter on this scene and it would be daytime still. Or nighttime still. I don't know. I feel like in this day and age with this kind of level of production in professional movies, you gotta start not having those kind of mistakes.
Yeah.
Because we just, like, you just, it shouldn't, you should have to make your movie with, like, say, for example, I was making a movie for a class.
Yeah.
And I had a scene that went from day to night. I would get bad marks.
Mm-hmm.
I've had bad marks. I'm like, the sunset, what I was supposed to do. They're like, shoot the next thing. These are real problems.
Yeah.
Or change it to a night scene. You know, like...
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is getting away with it in, like, feature productions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I used to get in trouble in school for things like that, for mistakes like that, or a lip sync being off, or things like that.
For day and night like that, though, I feel like it's... Because it wasn't like it was outside and then it was suddenly night.
But they
It
have
was
1,000
they were
windows.
inside. But there's always possible you just didn't see the sunset.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's a pet peeve of mine. Because I was held to that standard, they should be too.
Yeah.
And I was in high school, grade 10.
Because I
Video
feel like
class.
often it was like it was evening always. So I feel like it suddenly
But they're in
being night when it
California,
was
like-
in evening made sense.
Long days.
So yeah. Overall, I'd say see it.
But
And
maybe on Netflix.
DVC. Yeah.
On DVC?
On
That's a-
DVD, I said. on,
See it on Netflix.
on Netflix, on
Or some-
TV, the movie channel or whatever.
Like, if you're hankering for a horror movie, this isn't going to scare you.
No,
This is a
It's
thriller.
more, yeah, it's more just a thriller.
But I'm down for it, you know.
Oh, also,
Okay.
I almost forgot about to talk about this, but this really irked me.
Uh-oh.
The very end, because throughout the whole movie, our main character is anti-guns, and that's a whole point.
Yeah.
That he can't stand guns, he can't be around guns, because his brother was shot, so he can't. Well,
Yeah.
his brother was shot on the street at a young age, so he can't like deal with guns at all. They're not allowed on his property. He can't gun. Period. No guns. The very end. He stole Charlie's gun and he's aiming it at him, and okay, that makes sense. That's fine. Self-defense. You gotta do something. But then it's like, hello, 911. The wife calls 911 and it's like, what is your emergency? My husband just shot an intruder. And then it's like, he didn't even like care. It meant so much repercussions to the character. I feel like
I don't think so.
I feel like it would only work. I feel like they needed to keep going, like just a little more, just like a little button
Yeah.
of like, oh, and like him like having guns now or something, or like chasing kids off with the shotgun at the end or something.
No. I think that
I feel like they needed to either show how much this moment changes the character, or I feel like I just didn't like it. I don't think it worked with the character.
I completely disagree with you. So he was against guns. He doesn't want to own guns. He doesn't want to have guns in his house. But it showed that like someone almost shot him, and then he reluctantly. It's not like he like shot him down. He wasn't chasing him and shot him.
But here's the thing.
It was no. Let me finish. He didn't. He was reluctantly shot him. I think that fit his character. I think that showed that he's gonna do what he has to do to take care of his wife. There's a person in his house trying to kill them with a shotgun. He gets the gun and his wife says, shoot him. And he cares about her. He cares about their safety. And he ends up shooting him. And I think right after that scene, he threw the gun away and never touched them again. And it scarred him and he had to go through therapy.
Here's where I disagree. I don't think he did it so reluctantly.
You could see it in his face. He was crying that he had to shoot the gun.
But here's the thing. He didn't have to at that moment. He was done. Charlie was down. He was secluded. All he had to do was wait for the police to get there. Police were now called. Police were now on its way. You don't have to have shot him.
It could have been the wife that shot him as well.
No, because gun was in his hands and then shotgun noise.
She could have grabbed it and shot him.
No, because we saw the gun in his hands and then shotgun noise. They didn't play it that way.
Well, whatever. And I'm just saying, like, I was more thinking, shit, 2 black people just shot a white guy. There's going to be trouble.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
That's more what I was thinking. Like, you know, no one's going to believe them now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I understood why he would have shot him. his wife told him to. Like, I could feel that in the movie. And not quite as... I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it's that extreme. Like, it's quite as to what you're thinking. But I'm also thinking, fuck, you've killed him. Now he can't confess. He can't go to jail. He can't... You know what I mean? And it just shows, oh, shot him, he's done.
Yeah.
Even if how easy that hard that was. No one's gonna believe you now. Also, he can't sell the gun without disclosing that there was a suicide in the house.
The house, you mean?
Yeah.
Not that gun?
The house.
I was like, he never sold the gun. That's why there's a problem.
Like, if someone dies of unnatural causes in your house, you have to report it for 5 years after the event.
Was it within 5 years?
It was a year, 2 years.
Oh, okay.
It's just one of those things you'd have to disclose.
I actually didn't remember how long it was supposed to have
It's
been.
one of those, like, and that would have been a good reason for him to be selling the house. And why they would be getting a good deal and things like that. It was because there was an unnatural death inside the house.
Yeah.
But, and that would also have set it up for later if they mentioned that during the house, I don't know, looking.
Yeah.
Viewing, whatever. They don't mention it. And then they're like,
Well,
oh,
they said he's mentioned that she died.
But he would have had to disclose that she died in the house. I don't know.
She mentioned she died in the house. He just said it was of cancer.
Which is a natural death, which is different. So.
But he still mentioned that she died in the house. I don't think you have to give full details.
You do.
Okay.
You do, actually. I know this.
Okay. How do you know this? Why do you know this?
Why do you think I know this?
Did you buy a house?
Did my mom sell a house?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Anyway. So, but that would have set it up perfectly for later if they said he just said he lost her to cancer. He doesn't say she died in the house.
Yeah.
They would have set it up perfectly, and then it would have been like a thread that ran through the movie. They just missed that opportunity to say that line. It's almost like they thought of it later.
Yeah.
Some of it felt that way.
I feel like they always knew that. I thought that was more they had to have him lie.
I just felt like they thought of stuff later, so they put it in, but there would have been in stuff that I would have thought they would have established at the beginning, but it's kind of established near the middle end.
I feel like that was kind of meant always.
But it was
it was structured to be the twist, I feel.
But there was so many chances for them to put in more of him, like, ogling the wife, and more of him
I agree.
lying about the suicide, and more of, like, his financial difficulties.
Or, more inconsistencies in when he's talking about things.
Because, I understand that he's lying, but it feels like at the end they revealed everything. You revealed there was a suicide. You revealed his kids hate him. Whereas these things could have been little things that happened early on. It just seemed that everything happened in the last quarter of the movie.
They did mention the suicide, like, within the first half. Yeah, the one guy was like, oh, didn't you hear?
That was during the end. That was in the lead up to the end of the movie.
It was near the middle.
But I mean, like, they could have set up more things nearer the beginning, and then the suspense would have built, instead of just, like, maybe they were going for we're, like, supposed to side with Charlie, but we also weren't supposed to side with Charlie, because we saw him almost, like, in his head killing the friend during the dinner party. So I just felt they could have done it a little better, and I could see where they could have done it better, so that
and then that whole cheating,
me.
Not cheating moment, where the, like...
That's tacked on.
Where he went to the... Yeah, that...
Add more exposition
didn't
and take out
serve the
that
story
crap.
much. And he, like...
Again, him being a cheater needed to be established in the first part of the movie, and why he's buying her the house. That would have all made sense. Establish it during that dinner party scene or whatever, at the beginning of the movie.
Like, make one of the friends make, like, a bad joke.
Yeah. Or, like, she have too much to drink and make a little comment or something.
Yeah.
But all those things, those character things, were all introduced in the second half. It felt like very, like, rapid fire exposition-wise.
Yeah, and even
unlike Hellboy, which was all in the first 2 seconds of the movie.
And even that scene.
Auctioneer style.
Even that scene when they were confronting about it, she was like, he sent a text. And it was like, so?
But again,
it wasn't until, like, the end of the conversation that where she was like, the last time you only sent me a text.
They didn't
And I'm
set
like,
up
what?
anybody's character properly in this movie.
Yeah.
The movie wasn't bad, and I really liked the actor. It's just like they could have.
They could have done better.
They had more. They had enough time, and they had enough like space in the movie to put those things in.
Yeah.
There was the perfect opportunities, and they just didn't do it.
Yeah.
And that just, I'm like, I see the answer.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I still enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed it.
His performance just
It
made
wasn't
it
the
though.
best. Yeah, his performance definitely was the best part.
Yeah. But anyway, Netflix.
So we are 'Cause We Can.
Check us out on social media at 'Cause We Can 3.
Oh, do we say not watch Detective Pikachu? Don't watch it?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't watch it.
Well, I mean, again, if it's on Netflix
If it's like,
and you're like, just
if-
like throw something on.
if you have kids and you're like, looking for a movie to watch to like calm them down or something, I'd say watch it. But even if it's like just throw something on with when you're by yourself, then I feel like there's better movies you could throw something on.
Well, I mean, if you're curious, I'd say watch it. It's not like it's like offensive or something.
I think it is. Well, not offensive, but like I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I thought it. I didn't like the characterization of Mewtwo. I didn't like him being a bad guy.
It was just, but he wasn't
Or
bad
a good guy. That's what I meant. I didn't like him being a good guy. He
It was
needs to
just
be
weird.
more. Yeah.
But anyway, we were 'Cause We Can 3. Check us out online, www.causewecanommentaries.com, and on social media at 'Cause We Can 3.
And YouTube. Especially our YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube. Like our YouTube. Hit that bell to get notifications of when we upload a new video. And all of that bullshit.
Bye! On that note, bye.